Nations where you can escape the Canadian cold, but what if winter is your favorite season? There are people like that, right, Loren?
There are indeed.
Loren Christie is back for the final installment of our winter travel series, and today we're looking at some fun things that you can do close to home. Let's start with Whistler, because I think there's that feeling out there that because of the Olympics, it's going to be crowded, it's going to be expensive. Is that the case?
They actually call it Olympic aversion, and they're suffering from it greatly. Whistler and Vancouver. I think there's a feeling out there that, oh, I just can't go near there this winter, which I have to say, if you haven't made Olympic plans already, I would concur during the period of the Olympics. But you got December, you got January, you got post, later in March, and actually, in fact, it's amazing because if you go in the next 2 months, you're taking advantage of all this new infrastructure that's there, the Sea to Sky Highway up to Whistler, the new train from the airport to downtown Vancouver, and on top of all that, not just because of the feeling that you get from being there just prior to the Olympics, it's actually pretty cheap. They have some great deals, and I'll list many of them on my blog, but just to give you one example, you can, between now and when the Olympics start, you could go to Whistler for a 5-night, 4-day ski package, lift ticket and accommodation for less than $400.
Wow, bargain.
It's a bargain, so good time to go.
Now, what if you're not a skier, but you still like the outdoors?
Well, this is always the challenge. I'll talk a little bit about cold weather camping, which I've actually done, and I don't know if it's for everyone, but this is an opportunity if you want to go out. A lot of the provincial and national parks have great programs going on in the park. Algonquin, for example, has a Zen of Snow yoga program going on in it. And you can cross-country ski and dog sled and snowshoe. But what's really cool, for those of you who are like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to go sit out in a tent, Algonquin this year is actually Go RVing Canada and Motorhome Travel have partnered, and you can actually rent an RV that they will put winterized with heat, and they'll put it into the park for you for 2 to 4 nights for like $125 to $155 for 4 to 6 people. And you can see the pictures there. It's lovely. And again, there's the tent, but you don't have to with this new RV program. You could potentially do that as well. And
then there are also places that feature, well, the stunning winter scenery. Tell us about the Northern Lights Adventure.
Well, the Northern Lights Adventure is put on by Frontiers North in Manitoba at the end of March, and it's an awesome opportunity to go see the Northern Lights. I think when people think of Churchill, Manitoba, they think of the polar bears and those big buggies that we've all seen, but they actually use those buggies for people to go view the Northern Lights in a very comfortable setting. So you can pay to go up there. You can go out in the buggy. It's heated, has a washroom, and they have an outdoor viewing platform, just like they do when you go see the polar bears. And you can go out for 3 nights and just take pictures. As you're looking here, these are pictures from last season out there that are just absolutely stunning. These are real. These look doctored, but they're real.
Stunning. Beautiful pictures. Hot Springs in BC.
Hot Springs in BC. I just added that onto the list because I think for those of you who prefer a little bit of spa, head to the Hot Springs, go out and look. And the last thing I just wanted to mention, Canadian Tourism Commission, they had their Locals Know campaign in the summer that was so incredibly, phenomenally perfect. They drove people to lots of local spots. They have the same thing going on in the winter. So when you look at those hot springs, Radium we all know, but if you're looking for ones that are unknown, the entries on Locals Know for the winter are growing. So.
All right, and if people want more info, there's more on your blog, on our website. Thanks so much, Loren.